to the She Rolls Rogue podcast, where it's no gi,
no rules,
no apologies.
And this is episode number 3. And before we forget, for the third time.
Go on. I would have forgot.
I know. I'm Chelsea Kaneberg.
I'm Natalie Kranzman.
I'm Tori Sterner.
Perfect. We are off to a much better start this time.
Look at us. Third time's the charm.
Hey, did we lock the door?
We didn't, but we do have our sign up.
Okay, perfect. Hopefully people will respect our sign. We have a do not disturb recording in process sign on our door, but we usually lock it too because sometimes people are nosy, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, so for episode number 3, we did a poll on Instagram. So thank you to everyone who answered. I don't even remember what the choices were. It was, rule sets or gym culture.
Okay.
100% vote for gym culture.
I was actually shocked by that.
I was also shocked by that.
Yeah.
So, that's what we are doing today is gym culture.
Okay.
So thank you guys for participating in
thanks for voting.
our poll. Make sure you're talking to your mic.
Thanks for voting.
You'll need to remind us a couple times.
Natalie's actually doing really, really well.
I'm close, but I
just don't.
I just heard myself trail off, like you guys always say. I started out loud and then I'll try not to do that.
Oh my goodness. All right. So I wanted to do a kickoff question, and I didn't tell you guys beforehand because I didn't want you guys to think about it.
Oh.
So rapid fire. When you hear gym culture, what comes to your mind? This is why I didn't want to ask you.
Okay. For me, it's the overall vibe you get when you're in there. It's the I guess to sum it up, it could be something like, is it a fight gym? Is it a family gym? Is it somewhere in between? You have that umbrella, but then also there's are you going to go there and there's a whole bunch of dude bros that are going to just kick your ass? Or are there, are women more welcomed? Those are the type of cultures that you're kind of looking for. Is it traditional or more non-traditional? So that's what I think of when I think of a culture.
I definitely think more of if it's a traditional gym or chill.
What, since you've that kind of answers the question.
Traditional or chill?
When you think of traditional, because you've only trained here.
Yep.
And we're a pretty non-traditional, aka rebel, gym here at Underground. What do you think traditional? What does traditional mean to you?
I don't want to say that more respectful because it's not than here, but it seems so much more serious to me. Yeah. When I think of it, I think of going to a different gym that's a more traditional gym, and it seems like it wouldn't be fun to me. I'm sure they still are, but I thought about that before. Okay, if I moved or something and I had to find a new gym and it was a more traditional gym, would I still have fun having to do all the serious things? Because
not dance in women's class.
I am not serious. So having to stand and just not be weird or something. Yeah. I'm I don't know about that.
Bow to the mat.
Yeah, I
bow to the master.
Yeah. Refer to the black belt as professor. That's something more traditional gyms do. Yeah.
We should all start referring to Ken as master or professor. I think he'd really like it. What can we do to fuck with Ken?
He'd be like, can you not? It would be weird for me, for sure.
Yeah. What do you think he would do? Would he just turn around?
I think he would. Yeah, I think.
I feel like he'd just do that side look and.
Well, if we did it, he would know we're messing with him. But I don't know how he would respond.
We should get a whole class to do it one day.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah.
We should totally.
What day of the week is that?
I don't know.
He's not gonna watch this anyway.
But hopefully he doesn't listen to this. Yeah.
He supports us from afar.
He hates podcasts, so he's probably not gonna listen to it, honestly.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious.
It's on a Wednesday.
It's on a Wednesday.
Oh, it's a women's class day even.
And it's a Wednesday Night Live if he keeps going with that.
Yeah.
Where he's no talking, no bullshit.
Yeah.
Every time someone walks in, just Hello, master.
Okay, Professor.
Good
No
evening,
talking.
Professor.
He'd hate it. He's so funny.
All right, we're doing it.
Okay. Perfect. I can't wait.
Yeah.
April 2026.
There we go.
Coming in hot.
Switching it up. For one day
We should all
only.
bow to the mat as we get on. Like
All
we
of
should
us,
just
like,
all act like this
excessively.
super traditional.
We should
gym.
show up in our gis too.
Yeah.
Just to throw them off.
might have pushed
I'm not
that
going to
too
go
far.
that far.
I was in my gi tonight. That was my
I would-
one time this
I would
year.
have to take mine out of the locker.
That is funny. Okay, well, that was a
Anyways.
fun little conversation.
So I feel like you couldn't do fun things like that. That's how I view it.
Maybe. I don't know. I guess it depends on how strict of a traditional gym
Yeah.
they are. But
I don't think I've been in like a super traditional
not that
gym.
super strict. No.
I do know Alex Dosha. Where did he go? He went somewhere. He went to a 10th Planet or something.
Well, yeah, I don't want to name it, but it was not in. It wasn't Lombard.
No, it was.
And it wasn't Oceanside. I'll just say that.
No, it was. He was traveling across the country somewhere. I don't even know where it is, but he dropped in somewhere, and they were like super strict about even the gi.
Yeah. Which is not typical for 10th Planet. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, he said it was weird, but I don't know which one it is. I don't really care which one it is.
Mhm.
So, our 10th Planet friends that are near us, if it's not you guys, we'll bleep it. We actually won't. No apologies.
No.
But yeah, so I guess we can talk a little bit about our culture here, because I know that we are a non-traditional gym, sometimes referred to as rebel. Ken likes to say rebel scum.
Yeah.
We had
He's a Star Wars fan.
Yeah. We had a rash guard made for it. It was one of my favorite ones because it was orange. I don't even watch Star Wars.
Oh, you just like that?
Yeah, I was like, oop, it's orange. Gotta have it.
Yeah.
Didn't you win that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I don't, somewhere at the old
It was at
location.
the original location, and I don't remember what we were doing to give it away, but I remember you won it.
Yeah, and then everyone was kind of shocked because they're like, you don't even watch Star Wars. I was like, I like the color orange. I don't know what
I think that was like one of the first ones that Will bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star Wars born.
Right. I guess, what do you guys really think a rebel / non-traditional jiu-jitsu gym is?
You want to go on that one?
Oh.
She's going to say they have fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they have fun.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't, obviously I'm way newer, so I haven't experienced like a ton of gyms yet. I've been to a couple now and been to an open mat or so, and I just feel like it's just more chill. Like, it just seems like it's more of a place that like you can just come and like be who you are in whatever spot you're in and do what you enjoy doing on whatever end of that competition, hobby, whatever side you're doing it on, and it doesn't really like nothing else there matters. Whereas other places, I feel like it's more strict, so there's just more structure to it, less than just kind of you're flowing in and out.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When I kind of think of like non-traditional gym, it's a lot of live training, live rounds, where when I look at a traditional gym, I see it more as like that stagnant like drilling, where it's like, okay, you're doing, I don't even know what drill, but do it on each side 10 times and then switch your partners. I feel like that's like the more traditional way of training. Maybe I'm wrong on that. That's my personal opinion.
Your experience. Yeah.
My experience with it. Whereas here it's more untraditional because, I mean, look at our Wednesday night mixed class. It's just an open mat at this point. And for me personally, training both ways at one point, I get a lot more out of the live training. Because you can show me how to set up an armbar from close guard. I love arm bars, so I know how to do that very well. Pat myself on the back with that one. But
you got that one.
You can only show that to people so many times, but if they can't execute it when someone's actually putting pressure on them, they're never gonna figure it out. So one thing that comes to mind, when I first started training, my friend April came to the gym I was training at and did a class with me, and she was like full resisting me, and I was getting so mad because I was like, just let me do it.
And why doesn't it work?
Yeah. And that was, and she's like, well, that's just how we train at my gym. Like, we do resistance. Like, I'm not just going to let you have my arm and swing your leg over for an arm bar.
Right.
And at the time, I was just like, you're being a bitch. Let me do it. But now looking at that, I want a little bit of resistance. So in our classes, we do the drilling where it's like go through it. But I feel like we are adding a little bit of resistance in there, which I appreciate because it makes me feel like I can actually execute it. And then when I'm doing my live training, obviously that person is also trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Not kill me, but I mean, we're going a live roll. And if I can only do things because, they put their arm in the exact spot that I needed, now I can get it. But if it's a centimeter off, I'm not going to get it. Like, that just doesn't work for my brain.
Right.
So I think that's a big difference between, like, non-traditional and traditional gyms is the drilling aspect.
Yeah, exactly. The instruction part of it is there a combination of both. And then there's also some gyms that it's all live all the time and they don't do any. So we tend to do a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Which is good for my personal learning style as well.
Back to the traditional gyms. I don't even remember where it was, but I was on a vacation once, and it was when I was still a white belt, and we wanted to drop in somewhere, and on their website they said white belts are not allowed to roll.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that before. I've never been to a gym like that, but I have heard that that they think that they're dangerous, which, I mean, I understand to some degree, but how do you learn not to be dangerous unless you roll?
Well, and how do you get to your blue belt if you can't properly?
I think you just have to learn all the moves. Then once you learn the moves, then they say but I don't know. It's not for me. No, yeah. I don't think I would have stayed at a gym like that. No. And no shade. Like there's a gym for everyone. I say that all the time, right? Yeah. Even as far as the traditional and the non-traditional goes, obviously I prefer the non-traditional because Ken and I have worked hard
built it
that way. I don't like. I shouldn't say I don't like. I don't necessarily enjoy the line drills. I don't think they're necessary. I don't enjoy the hierarchy. Yeah. I didn't know any better at first. Like, it made sense to me at first, and I just went along with it. But now, getting out of it, it's like, oh, yeah, I don't want to not be able to ask a black belt to roll.
Yeah.
That, to me, that's, like, you're not a more important person than me. And so that, to me, is where the tradition versus non-traditional kind of breaks for me, is I appreciate we don't even line up, And I just feel like sometimes that lineup is where it kind of encourages people to see things from a belt chasing perspective. I just want the belt because I don't want to stay on that side of the line.
I don't want to be at the end of the line.
Right. I'm tired of being at the end. So they're just chasing this belt, and I don't want to chase a belt. I want to chase getting better, improvement. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I want to chase.
That's why I think, like, in my head, because I only have this experience where I'm like, it's not for me whatsoever. Yeah. I couldn't.
The only time that I really think about my belt at this point is when I see my friends getting promoted. So, like, girls that I started with, like, getting their purple belts and everything. I'm like, But at the same time, I would rather be a blue belt that can beat up purple and brown belts.
Right.
Than a brown belt that can't hold the brown belt.
Yeah. Or, like, you go to an open mat or something, and then, you exchange, like, what rank you are, and then you say, oh, I'm a purple belt, and they kind of look at you like, oh, you're a purple belt?
Are you sure?
I feel like we've all kind of had that experience where, like, you roll with somebody, and then they tell you they're a certain belt, and then you're like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It's just kind of, I don't know. I would rather be someone think I'm better, and then be like, oh, I'm just a white belt.
Yeah. No, and, like, when it comes to competing and everything, I know some associations or whatever you want to call them don't allow you to compete up, but, like, I would rather jump up into the advanced division, which I've done at ADCC now, where, like, what I think about with belts right off the top of my head was my fight to win. where I wasn't necessarily told her exact level of experience. And she wasn't really told much about my weight. Like, there was just discrepancies there, which it is what it is. I mean, still had fun and, like, did it. It was a great experience, and I would do it again. But 2 days before that fight to win, I found out the girl I was going against had been a purple belt as long as I was training.
Oh,
Yeah.
And was a no-gi IBJJF blue belt world champion. And I looked at Ken and Natalie. I was like, do I pull? Like, do I pull out of this? And you guys told me if you lose, you lost to a high-level purple belt.
Right. No
But
shame.
If you win, you beat a high-level purple belt. And that's kind of how now when I look at divisions, like going into the advanced division at ADCC, I'm like, all right, we're going all the way to Miami. I want to get, like, more matches. That was the main reason I did it. And it was one of those things where I'm like, well, if I lose in the advanced ADCC, I lose. Like, whatever. It's mostly brown and black belts in there.
Yeah.
But
And that black belt could have been a black belt for 10 years.
Yeah, that's terrifying to think about. But if I win, I won a match in ADCC advanced bracket.
And you did.
I did.
Yeah.
The first one I didn't like. I won on an advantage, and it was basically just because I couldn't set anything up from close guard and she couldn't get out of my close guard, which I thought we were going overtime. And then I think in my video at the end, you can hear me say, I don't want to win like that.
Yeah.
But in my second one, I ended up with a really nice knee bar.
Mm-hmm.
And that is like,
yeah,
people are probably sick of seeing that highlight because every couple of months I'm like, I'm going to throw that knee bar on Instagram again.
It was a sick one, though. It was everybody around the net just like, oh!
I love it.
I was literally hanging onto my chair.
Well, we just went through those pictures the other day. It was really funny because Tori's like death gripping her chair.
She's like, there's like a progression of me like sitting there watching, and then she's getting closer, and I'm like, okay, my hands are down, and then she's like setting it up, and then I'm like on the edge of my seat.
And we're right in front of Tori. But, so if anyone wants to see that highlight, go on my Instagram. I'm sure it's on there somewhere.
You'll be able to find it.
You'll be able to find it. It's on there about 10 times. I'm going to live on that high for the next 6 years. But yeah, so I guess I'm lost my train of thought. But so yeah, that's, I guess, how it makes underground more of like that rebel non-traditional. So we do a lot of live.
Yeah. A lot of live, not a lot of bowing. We don't bow at all. We don't bow off the mat. We just keep rolling, and so usually he'll just end it and say, okay, it's 7:30 for the people that need to go. For those of you that don't, just
keep going.
We stay until the last person leaves.
Yeah.
So there's no official end to class. Barely even an official beginning, I guess. It's just usually he just is like, okay, start warming up.
Oh, a big one is people showing up late.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather someone show up. But for like women's class, starts at 5:30. I'd rather you show up at 6 and get half an hour in than be like, oh, I'm half an hour late. I'm not coming at all.
And then just not come. Yeah. I had heard someone, I can't recall who it was, but someone had said that if they were late to their class at one of their gyms, I don't even think it was local at all. It's in a different state, if I recall, but they had to stay and they had to stand in the corner until
you put a dunce hat on or what?
Until the professor would invite them onto the mat.
Oh, hell no.
Oh my God.
It's
heck no.
but they just had to basically stand there.
Yeah.
I
am an adult.
mean, don't be disruptive. Like that's all I ask is that you don't come in and start talking over the coach or whatever. But aside from that, no, I'd rather you come.
Show up, get your half hour in. If people want to stay late, that's great. Stay late. It's no big deal. Yeah. That's a big difference between non-traditional and traditional, I think. Because traditional is bow in, bow out. Whereas us, we're just like, do whatever the hell you want. Just don't kill each other.
Right.
Literally. Every day. Okay. Don't kill each other.
Those exact words, actually. This is a women's-based jiu-jitsu podcast, so I feel like we should talk a little bit about the women culture. Yeah. It is a big, hot topic in our industry right now. because of the unfortunate things going around, I think it's been a big topic for the last probably like year and a half.
Yeah.
We started to see a lot coming out about a year ago, with some big names, big gyms, but the biggest one is most recent.
Yeah.
And it's really unfortunate because you see people that you look up to or names, these big names, and you're just like, gosh, can't people just be decent humans?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, don't make things fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
Like, don't.
That's like one of the biggest things you could say.
Yeah.
Like, just don't make it weird.
Don't DM girls after class.
No.
Like,
yeah.
Hey, sorry I pulled your hair. We don't care.
Sorry I pulled your hair.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It happens. It happens by every minute.
All the time.
All the time.
The dudes will literally see my ponytail. I swear, they see my ponytail and they're like, "Oh, let me put my knee on that. Pin your head to that."
The amount of times I'm like, I could totally do something right now if my head wasn't pinned to the mat by my ponytail. Like,
Yeah.
get up.
So yeah, it's just unfortunate what's going on right now. But there are some big names that are speaking out, and I feel like the right actions are being taken.
Yeah.
Seems like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Adele is a big advocate.
Yeah.
I liked her speech. What card was she just on? I don't remember what card it was, but she just had a big speech. Oh, Polaris. She was just on Polaris, which if you guys haven't seen the speech talk that she did afterwards, I highly recommend looking it up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to tell you what she said.
Short, sweet, and to the point.
Yeah, it was basically like, things need to change. We can't be having this anymore. People need to talk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like the biggest thing is, for women's culture in a gym, women should feel comfortable going to the gym owner or their professor, their coach. Their coach or the gym owner, and hey, like this happened, and they be heard.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Don't shut people down. Like,
right.
If you
or to
hear
tell
something,
them that it's not happening, or
to
pretend as if it isn't. Yeah.
Brush it off, or be like, okay, I'll keep an eye on it.
Don't go with that person anymore.
Yeah. No.
Acceptable.
There needs to be a conversation had.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all for believing the victim. Now, are there some people that will use that to their advantage? I'm sure there's people out there that they just have like a grudge against someone.
Yeah, but that speaks to legalities, right?
Yes.
Like, yes, everybody deserves due process within the legal system.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily translate to gym culture.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true.
You can be innocent to proven guilty in that way, but that doesn't mean that things can't be done until they're guilty or verdict.
Like,
you know, like there's so many precautions that can be taken.
For sure.
In between that.
Yep.
Time frame.
So, I mean, because, I don't know, I guess it's kind of a hard topic. I get it in the respect that, yes, you can't just accuse people and assume that there's no potential for falsifying that, because I'm sure there has been. I know that we do know that there has been. But in the meantime, we need the women to be safe. And I guess me personally, I would rather err on the side of believing her.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to go to jail until he goes through the process, right? Like, we're just saying that he can't necessarily train.
Well, and I feel like their reaction, if you have a conversation, is going to speak volumes on how they act, you know? So, and that's all it takes in the beginning. Like, that's all you have to do at first, right, is just talk to them.
Right.
And be like, hey, something was brought up. Have that conversation. How they react is going to tell you a lot, I feel like. Most people, unless they're, like, absolutely insane, can lie really good. But, you know, and then you go from there.
Right.
It's just, it's not that hard to just have a conversation. Like, nobody wants to do it. It's not a fun thing to do. But you got to do it to keep your gym the way it should be.
And it all comes down to just don't be a weirdo.
Right.
No,
just don't be weird. We all come here for the same reason.
Right.
We come to the gym to train. I mean, same reason, but a lot of people have different reasons, right?
Yeah.
Does not matter your reason for coming here, but leave that outside the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's just unnecessary behavior, and untolerated behavior. Like, women should feel safe in the place that they come to learn a lot of times
How to be safe.
how to be safe.
Right.
So yeah. Do you guys have anything else that you want to say on that? That's kind of a heavy topic.
I mean, yeah, it's a big one. I don't know. It's just kind of what we all said. Like, yeah, don't be weird. And if, like, I feel like for men too, or, I mean, and women, like, obviously it can go both ways.
Yes.
You know? So, like, I don't want people to think that either. Obviously, just the women part of it is huge right now. But it's also super easy if you accidentally made something weird to just, like, pull that person aside after class and be like, hey, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to make that weird, like, spur of the moment thing.
Like Charlie putting
You
his
know?
phone number under your
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We just had a whole situation where one of the guys was exchanging his number with a different guy at our gym, and he told him to put it under a certain water bottle. He thought my water bottle was that water bottle. So he stuck his number under my water bottle and was goofy and wrote like XOXO on it or something. And it was like a funny thing. I didn't actually even find it. They sorted it out, but I wish I would have. It would have been
That would have been
hilarious.
the most awkward feeling.
Oh my
You've been
God.
Like,
It just would have given me so much more
well,
reason
you know,
to give him
no, so
crap.
I'm pretty sure
it
you
would've
would have
great.
been like, okay, he's just being.
Especially
Yeah.
who it was.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it would have just made it 10 times better.
Yeah.
Shout out to Charlie.
Yeah.
We see you, buddy. Thanks for listening to every episode.
But yeah, I mean, it was, and he did the right way. I didn't find it, but the fact that he still was like, dude, like, even if you would have found it, like, oh my God.
Who's gonna
and
kick
it's
my
like,
ass?
now we all just laugh about it, and
Yeah.
it's funny, and
Yeah.
it's just like, it's a simple conversation, you know? It's that easy.
Oh, man.
But
okay. I think another big thing for women in the gym is having their own space. So, a locker room.
Right.
A lot of gyms don't give women locker rooms, and it's just like, we don't have the numbers for it, so just change in the bathroom. But women, how are women supposed to feel included if they don't even have a space to put their gym bag?
right.
So a locker room is a big thing, which we originally didn't start with a women's locker room.
Mm-mm.
For the most part, it was only Natalie and I. And then we got a couple more here and there. But as soon as we kind of started trying to like really build the women's program, very quickly we took over the nice locker room.
Yeah.
The guys do have a nice locker room in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, we have our own like old school gym lockers, like the metal lockers.
Mhm.
I think mine is Roberto or
I'm
something.
John.
I don't remember who I am. I'm
Yeah.
a dude, though.
Ken and Natalie got them Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
From a business that was just getting rid of them, and they had labeled names on there, so we kept them on there as a joke. But yeah, we each have our individual lockers.
Mhm.
I keep like my gi in there. I keep a couple of different rash guards.
Tucked in there. Nice
Yeah.
and cozy where it stays.
Yeah, and it's decorated. We have all kinds of movie posters and
I
Yeah.
love the posters. So many people make comments about that when they
Have they?
come. Yeah.
I haven't
yeah.
heard anyone, because I'm
For
never
open
in there,
mats
so
and
I
stuff.
always wonder if people recognize the movies.
There's like maybe one or two that I'm like,
what is that?
I like don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But
We're gonna
yeah,
have to go
people
over
have
it.
said how they're like, I love the posters. Those are so cute. I love how
Cool.
all you guys are on it.
So Natalie came up with those, and so because obviously not everyone listening has seen our locker room,
Right.
we'll post it on our
We'll
social
have to
media.
make a picture, yep.
Maybe a little tour.
But yeah, Natalie made some movie posters, and it's got movie names, and then it's got pictures of people or women from our women's class doing different stuff like selfies or moves or live action shots. So like my favorite one is the greatest submission.
Yeah.
So all the names got tweaked a little bit too. So what is the Mean Girls one? Is that?
I left that one Mean Girls. I just changed the picture of
Okay.
that one, I think. Because that made sense, right? Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one worked.
Never
My-
say
like-
tap.
Never Say Tap. That was the Goonies.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm literally blanking on any of the other
My
ones.
favorite one is The Perks of Being a Grappler.
Oh,
which
yeah,
because
yeah.
That's The Perks of Being a Wallflower is one of my favorite movies. So,
There's one leg lock one in.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
that was Legally Blonde, and
Oh, yeah.
I made it illegally leg locking. Illegally leg lock. What? Leg locking. Oh my god, that's really hard to say.
We're not cutting
I'm
that.
not saying it again. I'm not. You know what I mean. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm an insomniac, so I stayed up late several nights in a row making
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. But so just having a space for women to be able to drop their gym bag, get changed, where they're not just having to go into a bathroom, that kind of thing. And then I think it's really important to have female leadership in the gym. So a man running a women's only program, it's not unheard of.
Kind of awkward, but not unheard of.
It's very awkward, and I have feelings about it.
Mm-hmm.
One big one is that some women start this sport because they've been in a certain scenario and they want to be able to figure out how to defend themselves.
Right.
And a lot of the positions we go through can be awkward for someone that has that history, and it can trigger some PTSD. So I think having a male running your women's program can be triggering.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think having strong women leadership in the gym. I have been grateful to have Natalie as the woman leader of our gym. And I feel like maybe I've stepped into that role a little bit now too. So it's Natalie and I together, and then you've been coming very consistently too, and people do look to you for guidance as well. They do.
It's true. And the more new people that start as you advance, because they'll ask Chelsea questions too as the coach, and me when I can get on the mat and I'm not helping teach kids. But the more experience you get, the more those new people will look to you for guidance and help. Yeah.
It's seeing a familiar face too.
Mm-hmm.
So like Natalie's here probably the most, and then up until recently I was here a lot as well. But you're at basically every women's class, and if you're not there, it's like, where's Tori?
I know, this week felt so weird not being there.
And I'm like, okay, which I only do this to Tori because she's one of my best friends, and I share my location with her, and she shares her location with me. But I'll be like, where is this bitch?
I usually text you if I know I'm not gonna be at class. I usually text you so you're not like, what is happening?
Is she dead?
We need to do a well check.
That would be my first thing. Is I haven't heard from her.
Where's Tori?
Is she okay?
Is she alive?
Like,
I'd be able to defend myself.
You would. But yeah, I think having strong female leadership in the gym is a big one as well. If you walk into a gym and there's no women, how comfortable do you feel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, most men do a good job of welcoming women, but it's definitely a lot more welcoming if there's a female there that you can kind of like, you're my partner.
Yeah.
Just seeing that all, just know when you have a gym that has all the things that you said, the locker room, the female leadership, all of that, you know that they put thought into and effort and heart into the women as well.
Yes.
That they're not just an afterthought. And there are a lot of gyms where maybe there's only one or two women. Maybe not by design, it just happens. But if you happen to be a woman and that's intimidating to you, you need to walk on to a spot where you can see that they care about the women as well. So, and that was important to me. I can't speak for Ken. I don't know how. He's very supportive of our women's program, in case you haven't noticed that. Like, he promotes us. He's very, very supportive of that. He was supportive of this, despite his feelings about podcasts. But
he likes to give a shit about it.
Right. But
he's still, like, our number one fan.
But he's still supportive.
Yeah.
But does he care as much about this women's program as I do? Probably not. Would he care if I wasn't here? Probably not. If I wasn't part of this with him, probably not. And it's not because it's just because he's a guy. Like, he cares about his, So that's why I think women leadership in a gym is important, because you guys all know that I care too. Like,
absolutely.
That you matter just as much as our are men in the gym. So even if we're outnumbered, which we will always be outnumbered, but that's
we're women in a male-dominated sport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Small hot take on that. I saw this post. Obviously, it was like triggered by all the stuff going on right now, and I kind of don't know how to feel about it. So I wanted to get your guys' opinions on it. So it was a gym owner, female, who was posting about this whole situation, and she was saying that she doesn't allow her women, anybody in her women's program to train at other gyms that are not female or co-female owned.
No.
I don't think you
And
can
I
tell
was just
anyone
like,
what they can and
one,
can't do.
that was my first thought. I was like, why are you telling
I'm
your
a
people
grown-
what you can and can't do?
Yeah, I'm
That-
a grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
That would be like someone telling me I can't go down to Primal in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Primal is owned by Ben and Scott,
They don't have a women's program.
and they, both of them, because I haven't been there in a minute, obvious reasons, shoulder, but every time I go there, they are so welcoming.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'm the only female at their open mats, and Ben and Scott have both told me, hey, because I'll be like, hey, like, your guys are really respectful, like, I feel like I can roll with anyone here, like, they're very welcoming, blah, blah, blah. And both of them have been like, and if you ever have an issue, you let us know and we will take care of it.
Yeah. No, I've never felt uncomfortable.
They were my first open mat that we
Mhm.
went together that I had gone to other than like our gym, and I was so nervous. But they were there watching, like I could see them because I was a new female and I came with you, so I knew that they like obviously put us together. But I could see them throughout the entire time watching to make sure anybody that I was going with, they were always keeping an eye on where I was, and that made me feel so much better.
Yeah.
So for us to tell you you can't go there because they don't, I mean, do I think that gyms are going to bring in more women by having a women's program? For sure, but there's a lot of reasons why gyms might not. Location might be the thing, they're just not getting enough women to make it, all of that. But to tell somebody that, to have told you that you couldn't go to Primal to an open mat, because that's crazy.
And
but
that
go
was
ahead.
my first. Well, that was like my first thing. I was like, first of all, I am not the one. Like, don't tell me what to do. I've always been like that my whole life.
Don't switch the subject because this is a good segue.
Yeah, and
into the
then
next topic.
two, we all know how small the women's community is in jiu-jitsu. So how does that make any sense that you think that there is going to be a like plethora of women-owned gyms that your people can go cross-train at?
You're not going to come. I mean, you husband and wife teams perhaps, but you're not going to come across a lot of
and maybe
fully
in some
women-owned.
areas there might be a couple of gyms that are close by. That's great for those people, but in a lot of areas there's not close by gyms that have you got 3 or 4 options to go train that are women-owned.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it blew my mind because I was like, I get where that's coming from, but don't tell your people what to do. And
she probably
also
thinks she's keeping them safe, but
yeah.
So, on that note, next topic I wanted to talk about would be positive gyms and some toxic gyms. Number one thing that I think when I think of a toxic gym is cross-training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that I can't go cross-train somewhere. First of all, am I a sponsored athlete? Are you paying my bills? Are you paying my membership? No. I'm a paying customer. Don't tell me I can't go cross-train.
Mm-hmm.
If I have friends at another gym, I'm gonna go train with them. So that's like a big red flag that I see in a gym is the cross-training aspect. There's Instagram, there's YouTube, there's TikTok. You are not hiding anything from anyone.
Right. And
No,
like,
you don't
what do you think that you're doing? I think the biggest thing, in my opinion, being newer, when I hear of people who don't want their members cross-training, is you don't want them to go to a different gym and see that maybe the culture at your gym isn't that great. Yeah. And maybe it's better elsewhere. Maybe things are run better, they're treated better, this, that, and the other. and they want to like to keep them at your gym.
Yeah.
Like that's the first thing that comes to my head is what's your reasoning as to why you wouldn't want some, because like there's a million different things you can do in jiu-jitsu. Like you're not teaching one certain thing that nobody else has ever
No,
Yeah.
and I
heard
think at
of.
one time that probably before social media, before
Totally.
everything was open to everybody to see. I mean, you have people now that actually make money just teaching online.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's no moves are secret anymore, and
Right.
so the notion, I think it was originally though that they could keep their trade secrets, right?
Yeah.
And
Like
I guess
this gym is known for this. And,
right,
Yeah.
and you
You know,
gotta,
sure.
you can't take that somewhere else. You can't, and I guess even then I don't care for that, but
Yeah.
I guess I at least get it. But that's gone now.
Yeah.
It's silly.
Yeah.
So
Another big thing, we'll go through like the toxic and then the positive. We'll do the bad, then the good. Also, we're at 40 minutes. Holy crap. It goes so fast. But belt hierarchy, which we kind of talked about earlier, but not being able to ask an upper belt to roll. We're all here for the same reason. And just because I'm a blue belt and you're a white belt, you should feel more than welcome to ask me to roll. Like, I am not any better than you. I mean, I have more experience, but that should be why you're wanting to roll with an upper belt. You can learn so much. Yeah, it's going to suck. You're going to get your ass kicked. You're probably going to get subbed a bunch. But you're going to learn a lot, too.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
And why do I need to sit on the sideline and wait for... Ken is a bad example. Like, he's never going to do that. But, like, I can never ask Ken to roll because he's a black belt and I'm a blue belt. Like,
Yeah.
I have to wait for him. Like, why? What is the point behind that?
Yeah.
It's...
You're not gonna learn from not
yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
Some old school respect, I guess. It's disrespectful to ask an upper belt to roll, but I think that's silly. That's not even what respect is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even as a newer person, it's like you're just a human. Like respect comes from like how you're treating someone, not the color belt you're wearing.
You can be a black belt but a shitty person. I'm probably not going to respect you. But if you're a white belt and you're the best person ever, I'm going to respect you.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
It's just and your belt does not tell me who you are as a person. It tells me that you've put time in, but it doesn't mean that you're a good person. You could still be a shitty human being. It's all about being a good human.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, your belt shouldn't define you, in my opinion.
No.
No apologies.
No apologies.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
The next one, which is a big one for me, is the idea that jiu-jitsu fits everyone. So, like, the same way to do a triangle, like, there's only one way to do a triangle, and that's the only correct way. That's a big thing. Like, if your mentality is, you can only do it this way, this is the only way it's going to work, that's a little bit of a red flag for me, because I bring up Alex a lot, but Alex is a different type of roll. He's very, very flexible. And that dude can hit triangles from everywhere.
Yep.
Blindsided.
Everywhere.
And he doesn't necessarily set them up traditionally.
No. And so that whole mindset of there's only one way to hit the move, no. Everyone's body types are different. Everyone's flexibility is different.
Right.
The way people move is different.
Well, and the way people react, that kind of goes along with the drilling is, when you're only setting it up one certain way. I mean, well, if somebody moves their arm a little bit different, it's going to make a difference.
Right.
Right.
No. Body type makes a huge difference. There's a lot of moves I can't do.
Oh, yeah.
And
I can't do darces to save my life.
Can't do a darce. And I'm really glad, like, once I learned that it wasn't... Because I remember when I first started, I would hear that there's nothing, it's just you're doing it wrong. It was always, no, there's nothing wrong with the move. It's you're the one doing it wrong. And okay, probably I'm a white belt, right? Yes, I probably am doing it wrong. But I'm training the same move over and over and over again, and I cannot get it. And what am I going to do? And so at some point I finally realized, or I was told, I shouldn't say I realized, I was told, no, look, this is getting in the way. Yeah. This is why you can't do it. And so now it's not to say I won't do a darce. I'll try it if we're doing that, but I don't get discouraged, and I don't worry about it as much. And I usually will end up going off script.
I usually just laugh and I'm like, don't worry, I don't got shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give up in 5 seconds.
I'm never gonna get this. So, yeah. But yeah, I used to not be okay with going off script because that was what I was told. You were told you do the move the way they tell you to do it, and
for sure.
And if it's not your move, that's okay. Spend the next 20 minutes doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So,
a little bit more of a positive vibe though. So those are like toxic things that I kind of look at in gyms, or unhealthy, toxic, whatever you want to say. But the positive side of it is like encouraging people. Like you see a brand new person and they almost have something and it's like, oh, you were this close. Like, or if you're rolling with someone, now I hate when people stop me in the middle of a roll to try to show me how to do something. But waiting till the end of the roll to be like, hey, it was this close.
Yeah, if you just tweak this.
Just do like one little thing. So that's a big thing that if I go to a gym, I kind of like look for that, where how are people treating newer people or just each other in general, right?
Right.
The ego is a big one. So if you have guys or girls walking around with clearly a big ego, it makes the environment a little bit toxic, and unwelcoming. So gyms that the people just generally drop their ego at the door, like, we're all here to do jiu-jitsu. No one has to have a big head about it. No. I mean, yeah, I get excited if I catch Will in an armbar now. I'm like, I got him.
Yep.
But it's just between him and I, that's kind of like a fun little thing because
it's like playful.
Yeah. Him and I was armbarring him all the time and he'd get mad, and then all of a sudden he was like, it's my goal to never be armbarred by you again. And then it didn't happen for a long time, but now when I do catch him, I'm like, gotcha.
Yeah. If I can survive around with Natalie without tapping to a leg lock, I'm like,
thank gosh.
I made it today. I did it.
I only make it through those if I take leg locks away from her. She can't leg lock.
Usually my legs are cramping at the end from just like having my legs straightened so hard. I'm like, oh.
I need the foam roller.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Not sorry.
No apologies.
It teaches me, don't put your freaking feet there.
Yes.
Stop doing the same thing. Every time, though, I do it. I'm like, I don't know why I keep doing that every single time. Because you do it in the same position.
It's so easy to forget about your lower body when you're moving.
Yeah.
It's so easy. And so... so your feet are always there for me. I'm like, oh, yeah. But I can't always get them. You defend them really well.
That's been my goal lately, literally.
I'm sorry for you,
but
did not get.
We go home and debrief. I'm like, if Natalie gets my legs one more time, I'm gonna lose it. So it is my goal.
That is funny. And then one other one, real quick, is just respectful rolling. Like, I'm a big person or a big believer on, and women do this a lot. They apologize mid-roll. Stop saying sorry.
Yeah,
but
we do a lot.
Do that.
Every little bump we apologize for.
Quit saying sorry. We're here. We know we're gonna get hit in the face occasionally. We know we're gonna get our hair ripped out. Tori loses her eyelashes as soon as she steps on the mat. So that's all okay. But respectful rolling, like, it's one thing to just be a jackass when you're rolling with someone. Like, know your strength.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
especially for the guys.
If I'm 5'3" and 125 pounds going against a 6'3" guy that's 225 pounds, just know your weight.
Yeah.
And I'm small and you're large.
Right.
Just be respectful, and that is your round. I'm not gonna say it's a rest round, because I know I'm scrappy and I know I can catch those big guys and stuff, and I know I'm much faster than them usually.
Mm-hmm.
But don't use your strength, use your technique. That is your round to be like slow your mind down and use your technique and not your strength, because you're stronger than me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Everyone knows you're stronger than me. So just be respectful.
Yeah.
But wow, we're at 50 minutes. So we're gonna skip over that one. I have my notepad. So I guess let's end on advice for choosing a gym.
Oh, okay.
So, who wants to go first? Tori's like, I need my
I
notes.
need my notes. What did I write down? Well, okay, I don't know, because I kind of had my gym chosen for me.
Your whole family trained you.
Through my husband. He did a great job. As a mom, my husband brought this up, and I think it was a really good point, to find somewhere that you would feel safe bringing your kids to or having your kids train at.
Even if you don't have kids.
Even if you don't have them, obviously kids are beyond vulnerable. So if you feel safe bringing your kids there and being exposed to anything that's happening at the gym, I think typically, I mean, don't maybe just base it off of that, but I feel like that's a decent thing to look for.
Yeah.
When you're looking.
For sure.
I mean, that was part of the reason why I started, because I was so comfortable with my kids coming here. And I was like,
what are we doing over there?
What's going on here?
Yeah. Obviously, most places offer you to drop in, which actually a girl that I competed against back in September, she just made a post or an Instagram story about this topic, and it was, if places only allow you to drop in for 1 hour, that's a little bit of a red flag. How am I supposed to make up my mind in an hour and see the actual culture of the gym?
That makes sense, but I didn't realize
Yeah.
there were gyms like that. That
Yeah.
makes sense, though. Yeah.
So it was, and I have no idea where it was. She trains Michigan, I think.
Okay.
And I don't know what gym she was talking about. She didn't name it. But yeah, it was a post about how this gym only allows you 1 hour. How am I supposed to see what your gym is like in 1 hour? So
Yes.
I think dropping in to a couple of different classes, gi, no gi, kickboxing, whatever you're into, drop into those classes and see how it goes. And obviously, it's kind of like buying a car. You don't buy the first one that you drive, right?
No.
Like, go to other gyms. See what their culture is over there. See how the vibe is. Do you fit into a vibe better here or there?
Yeah.
Not every gym is for everyone, and you'll figure that out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So I think when you're looking, just gym shop around and drop in places, and if they're not letting you drop in, red flag.
Right.
So, but Natalie, do you have any?
Well, I will say that I think most people start at the very starting point location, right? You tend to go to what's closest to you, whether it's because you Google jiu-jitsu gyms near me and that's how you come about. So that's natural. That makes sense, especially when it comes to scheduling, right? Because we all have busy lives and we're trying to make this all happen. In addition to it, you're trying to add a hobby as well, because for most of us, it's a hobby, right?
I would love
even
it
if
to
we
be my
compete,
full-time.
but the majority of people don't get to be professionals with this. But so what I would say is don't just stop. My advice would be is don't just stop to the one that's closest to you. Like you said, try a couple of them and find one that you believe fits with your personality. So when we go back to the traditional versus non-traditional, no shade to traditional. Like there's a gym for everybody, and there's a lot of people that are looking for that, maybe for their kids.
Right.
They're looking for a more traditional, disciplined, structured for their kids. And if that's the case, that's great. Find that gym, because you're going to. I'd rather you find that gym than come to a gym that you don't feel right at, and then you think that there's something wrong with that gym, or I guess.
Or you never step into jiu-jitsu again.
Yeah, or you just don't do jiu-jitsu again because you're like, well, this sucks. This was a terrible experience. Well, it might have been a terrible experience because it did not work well for your personality.
Yeah.
Ken and I are both we always have been kind of on the rebellious side. I was a terrible teenager. So kind of on the rebellious side, and so that tradition only lasts so long for us. And eventually we start going, wait, I don't like this.
Yeah.
So if you know you're not a traditional person, don't go to that gym, I guess.
Yeah.
If you know you're not,
don't go to a traditional gym.
if you know you want a gym where there's going to be structure and you think it's important to bow on the mat, that's great. Bow to the mat. That's great. Find that gym.
Yeah.
I guess.
For sure.
Even if you have to drive an additional 10 minutes down the road.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say what she said, kind of, with finding one that's like catered to what you want.
Oh yeah.
You know, because
Everyone wants something different.
and everybody does jiu-jitsu for different reasons. So if you're looking for one that is just for a good workout, then find something that's like that. Or you're looking to do it competition-wise, go to a gym that has a competition team, or or the traditional. There's nothing wrong with traditional. It's just that's not for me whatsoever. But there's a place for everyone. A gym for.
And on that, if you want to compete, going to a gym that never competes.
Right, or is it going to support you when they do?
Yeah, you're never going to be a competitor. Or, I mean, you might, but you're not going to have the support. Like, you're going to have to look at your training partner and be like, hey, can you come coach me this weekend?
Right, and that's where cross-training comes in.
Yes.
So if you find a gym that you love, but they don't fit perfectly, cross-train as well. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
We have a couple of people here that they train here and they train at another gym, which I think is great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great.
I think it's also important for people to realize that, like, you can leave a gym, too.
Yes.
Like, if you're not happy and you have cross-trained or you see social media and it looks so much better, why is my gym not like that? Why can't we do those things? Go try out another gym, go cross-train, and you can leave that gym. Like, you are not tied there. You have,
you're like paying member. You're
an adult. You have adult money. You have adult, like, you can do whatever you want.
Right.
So I think that it's a little bit scary maybe to like leave or feel like you might have to give a reasoning.
Yeah.
Don't.
Right.
Just leave if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
I guess one more thing is, as a female, when you're looking at gyms, look at the female representation in the gym. Look at the female leaders of the gym. Look at how those females are being treated on the mat. If they're being isolated off, like no one wants to train with them, a little bit of a red flag.
Right.
I mean, that's one thing with dudes in the gym. Like, yes, we're females. Maybe you view us as fragile, but I promise you we are not.
Mm-hmm.
We are here for a reason. And beat me up. I don't care.
Yeah.
And I, for one, will tell you if you're being an ass to me. Like, I'll be like, hey, like, ease up a little bit.
Yeah.
Calm down.
But I'd much rather go with a guy and get smashed because he treated me like an equal than constantly sit on the side because nobody wants to roll with me.
Yeah. Right. So that's another big one. And then obviously, the very important one, trust your gut.
Mm-hmm.
If you walk into a place and you're like, something feels off, your gut is always correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So
and speak up.
Yeah.
You see something, say something. It's not that hard.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're uncomfortable, say something.
Mic drop.
And if nothing's done, leave.
Mic drop.
That's it.
Okay. Couple of hot takes to end on. So, number 1, you don't owe anyone loyalty. Unless you are a sponsored athlete and they are paying you.
Yeah.
Like, if they are paying for your comps and like this and that, you owe a little bit of loyalty. But if you are a paying customer, you don't owe anyone loyalty. Next one, which we did touch on, but belts do not equal your character. Mm-mm. You could be the best person ever and be a white belt. You could be the shittiest person ever and be a black belt. Mm-hmm. Or a coral belt.
Right.
There's a coral belt, too.
There's a coral belt, yeah.
So your belt doesn't equal your character.
It doesn't make you an expert in anything but jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Don't give me life advice.
You are not a therapist. Right. We are also not therapists on this episode.
No.
And then women-only classes are essential. If you want to have women in your gym, having women's classes is essential to have them, give them that bridge to the mixed class. So... yeah, I think, do you guys have anything else? We're at 58 minutes.
No.
I mean, I could talk forever, but nothing specific.
I know.
No, so.
I know, I could also talk forever, but this might be a little bit of a controversial episode.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some rage bait in there. I don't know. Take it as you will, but no apologies.
No apologies.
Not even saying sorry, you guys. No. But... we'll definitely
go somewhere else.
Right, go somewhere else. Don't listen to us. Actually, please listen to us for a little bit longer.
Just listen until the end, and then don't listen again.
Subscribe and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, all the things. But yeah, so this has been fun. We didn't forget our names this time.
No.
Yep.
And I can't wait to record episode 4 because we have a super fun guest coming on. So if you guys have any topics, any people that you think we should interview or have on the podcast, leave us comments, shoot us messages, whatever.
We'll do some more polls with topics.
Yeah.
You guys seem to like that. So.
When we do the polls, please respond because we did what you guys wanted.
Yeah.
Maybe you didn't like what we did, but we did it. So on that note, I'm going to remind you guys to always
roll rogue.
We got it. See you guys in episode 4.